And we're live. It is Saturday. What date is it?
The 29th.
August 29th, 2020. 5:02 p.m. We had a mishap today, and it was entirely my fault. I want to tell you about the mishap. Periodically, Google logs me out of my account just to make sure that I know my passwords and that I'm really me. I don't resent it at all. Today, Google logged me out of the In Lieu of Fun account. And so when I set up today's feed, unbeknownst to me, I set up the YouTube feed on my old sturdy Benjamin Wittes account, which I didn't notice until about 10 minutes ago, when I realized not only that I was had set up the feed on the wrong account, which would have a disastrous consequence, by the way. The consequence would be that the In Lieu of Fun page would not have this episode, but somewhere on my personal YouTube account, there would be a random episode of In Lieu of Fun, and that seemed like an unacceptable outcome. But not only did I realize that that outcome was impending, but I realized that I didn't remember the Lieu of Fun password, so I couldn't.
Is that why you always text me what the Lieu and Fun password is? And I'm always
you've
never told me. You've never told me the password.
So I am not so good about the In Lieu of Fun password sometimes. So the result was I had a little moment where I had to scramble, get myself, remember that password, get myself back into that account, and then cancel the other one. And right now, there are people waiting on that ghost In Lieu of Fun YouTube page, on the Benjamin Wittes YouTube page, thinking, why are they so late, even though I've tweeted that we used the wrong, given them the right address. But there are people sitting there getting increasingly angry. And I just want to say to all of them, to each and every one of them, get angry at Kate, not me.
Yeah, sure.
We are not allowed to have fun anymore. In lieu of fun, we do little tech flubs that we used to have. It is just us Saturday. And before I noticed this flub of mine, I did write the first poll. But in the course of this mishap, because we are not allowed to have fun anymore, I deleted it by accident. So I'm going to recreate the first poll. The best show of the week was...
Oh, that's Monday. Controversial.
No, we're going to see who people liked. Who was on Monday?
But then someone's got to come in last, Ben, and then they make them feel bad.
So we're not going to advertise it. We're not going to text them, you came in last on the poll. Sunday was on
I am. Because I'm a very mean person.
Not on me. Monday was Charlie Sykes. Tuesday, who was Tuesday? Wednesday.
It was Rachel Bittercoffer, and then Wednesday was Rick, and then Thursday was Margaret,
right.
And then Friday was the novel Guests Gone Wild.
Guests Gone Wild. Wednesday was Rick Pildes.
Mm-hmm.
And my technical errors. Thursday was Margaret Taylor. And Friday was Guests Gone Wild. Now, here's the question. Do we put an exclamation mark after Guests Gone Wild, or is that biasing of the poll? Is the name of it Guests Gone Wild, or is it Guests Gone Wild?
I kind of like the question mark, because then we separate ourselves from...
Oh, you want a question mark, not an exclamation mark?
Oh, you said question mark.
Oh, I meant exclamation mark.
Okay.
Hear what I mean, not what I say, Kate.
Okay.
It's got the exclamation mark.
Guests Gone Wild?
All right. There we go. Let's see how people vote on this.
Oh, Charlie, this is hard. Oh, this is very hard.
The poll is up, people. You get to vote. People are taking a long time to vote on this one.
I know, I'm surprised too. Oh, wow.
Margaret Taylor out to an early lead.
Yeah.
Charlie Sykes has overtaken her. I like the horse race component of these polls.
I know. It is kind of very fun to watch this live. I like how hard I made, how hard Tim laughed at my my Andrew Sullivan joke. He is kind of the perfect audience for that joke. I felt good. I felt like I timed it well.
All right. So we're just going to let this sit here, and then we will figure out what our longer term what our other questions are going to be. So
I'm very split between a bunch of these people, like obviously, but like I never met Charlie, but I found him utterly like kind of charming and really fun. But then I love talking to Rick because I felt like I got this new perspective on the election. And then Anne was like just like some type of like intellectual goddess of every single prosecutorial office you could ever be in, and just like fascinating to kind of hear her story. I don't know. Anyways, sorry. I'm like going on, but they were just all, I thought they were very good. Like, I thought we had a good week.
It was a good week. Now, unlike last week, where at this time I was able to tell you I have the whole week scheduled, this week we have nobody scheduled.
No, we have someone scheduled. I scheduled someone.
Oh, who do we have?
We have Paul Rosenzweig on Monday. And we have, and Jamel is coming on, and Andrew Sullivan should be coming on.
And do we know which dates they're coming on?
No, we do not know that thing. Oh, crap. Hold on. I'll be right back. My little list of people is in my little house outside underneath the thing. So let me go get it so we can run through people that we want to in my little house.
Yeah, and by the way, who's on tomorrow, Kate?
Yeah, nice try. Right. So close. I had. I asked.
So, Mary, UK contributors are a tricky business because, it's 10 o'clock at night there when we do these. And so it has to be somebody who's, up for staying up late.
It is kind of nice that we already have Monday taken care of, though. It's like one less thing to do. Okay, I think I have, no, oh well, whatever. I think they might have blown away, but I found one list. I have like 8 that I kind of keep checking people off. Okay, I'm back. Look, Ben, look what I wrote on my to-do list.
I can't see
in red. It says male lamb prosciutto. Guess what I haven't done yet? Mail you lamb prosciutto. I have to find out when you're coming. I just made cucumber salad though, so I get to not take that off.
So I do think we have results on this poll. I think Charlie Sykes is the pretty decisive winner.
Yeah.
With Margaret Taylor in second. All right.
So I can tell you who I've reached out to, and I have heard back positively.
Well, hang on. So let's do the days. So we've got Sunday. Who do we have?
Okay. Can you see that one, Ben?
Yeah, that I saw. Monday we have Paul Rosenzweig, and then we have Jamel and Andrew Sullivan for 2 other days in the week.
Yep.
Do we want to? So my suggestion is that we do not, to leave maximum space for them to have time to come on and to make a day work. We do not plan on scheduling a Guests Gone Wild this week, because otherwise we won't have enough days. But we only do it if we have an extra day.
So I have a couple Okay, I agree. There are a couple of people who have books and white papers and things that they have recently published that might be timely for this week. Stephen Levy, who we had on before, is published an update to In the Plex, which is his huge kind of opus on Google. And he wanted to possibly come on. We could probably do him kind of last minute-ish. There is who else had a book that just mentioned it to me? Oh God. Ugh. Oh no, it was Nate Persley and Josh Tucker at NYU. So do you know Josh Tucker?
Not personally, but I know who he is.
Okay,
I know his work.
So Josh Tucker and Nate Persley just wrote a book called Social Media and Democracy. And I know we've had Nate on a bunch, and Nate is like super like booked up to like here. But we could have, I would love to have Josh on to talk about it if he's free.
My one concern about this is that we are poised to have an extremely male week.
Oh yeah, hold on. We can. I have a whole. I was gonna ask Emily Bazelon to come on.
Oh, I'd love to have Emily.
Yeah, so I was thinking Emily, because we haven't had her.
Emily and I are old buds and former neighbors.
Yeah, we could have Quinta. I always love having Quinta on. There is, yeah, I would like to have, you're right, it would be nice to kind of balance out a little bit of the,
wow, there's a big groundswell for Emily. Oh, and the request for a return of Molly Jong Fast.
We should have Molly back on, because last time she came on as like an addendum to the Lisa Page puppet.
Okay, well let's text her and find out what day she wants to come on.
Okay, and also Susan was wonderful. Susan was great, but Susan, I know she has kids.
Yeah, Susan has small children, so she we have to give her some flexibility about coming on. I doubt Marcy Wheeler would want to come on. She dislikes me intensely.
Oh, okay. Wait, is that Empty Wheel?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Empty Wheel has a.
I'm like very neutral on Empty Wheel. Have never been like a huge.
I like Marcy just fine. She hates me. It's a.
Well, there you go.
Hang on. Let me write to Molly. Molly Jong Fast. Which day this week, other
you know what? I'm gonna ask
Monday.
Kashmir too, right now. I'm gonna get
the power back on.
Yeah, well, yeah. I certainly fucking hope so. It's been like, okay.
By the way, Molly Jong Fast and Rick Wilson, their new podcast is kind of a scream.
Is it?
Oh, why does Marcy hate Ben? You'll have to ask Marcy about that.
Yeah, I feel like that's like maybe not.
No, she doesn't. We have very differing views of surveillance, and she just doesn't like me, and I don't know. She likes to yell at me a lot. So I don't. I have nothing against her.
Let me text.
Kind of it's not a reciprocal dislike.
I'm gonna message. I know Mike Godwin would like to come on probably and talk about.
Boy, thanks. You want us to bring on Marcy to see why she dislikes me? That's
yeah, no, I think that doesn't
show.
sound like good TV. That sounds uncomfortable for everyone.
No, Dan, it long predates the Bill Barr thing by 10 years.
Josh. Okay, I'm texting Josh though, because I think Josh Tucker. I'm just DMing him this week or next week.
I still want to have David Blight on.
Sure.
But that's going to take some arranging.
Yeah.
And I have failed
to... Give him his choice of next week.
I have failed to reach out to him, so I will actually do that this week.
Also, Carl Bergstrom, I reached out to, and he hasn't replied to my DM. But, like, things were just crazy, and I never replied to DMs in a timely way. So it was like 2 days ago. So I'm just going to give it some more time.
Okay. Tom Nichols is a great idea, and that's very easy to arrange, I think. I'm happy to reach out to Tom Nichols. So I think we're in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
But the key thing is, like, once we have Molly and Andrew and Jamel scheduled, then we really only have one day to fill. And
yes. I will say there is the possibility that if we haven't booked them yet for this week, that we might not get them this week.
Well, why don't you reach out to them, and we'll fill otherwise as need be.
Okay, I'll ping her.
Okay.
Let me ping. Also, Leah Littman and Marty are in a rivalry for for most frequent guest.
Yeah, although they're in a weird category because they're like people who come on for part of the show to talk about specific news events.
Listen, I don't make the rules. Michael Fromberger makes the rules because he keeps track of the number of episodes people appear.
He's the official chronicler.
Yes. He's our
I
archivist.
still think we should bring back Pugilism Week, although we should do it with specific, like, identifying. We should schedule it like a week in advance, and schedule it like on issues with people who have disagreed, like the old blogging heads,
we can get some really controversial
Big Blue
people.
Blogger, MZ Hemingway. No, that is not happening. We have some standards here.
If Wittes versus Putin ever happens, it won't be on In Lieu of Fun in a blogging heads fashion. It will be on a jiu-jitsu mat, and it will be...
Yeah, well, Nate Silver versus Elliot would be great. That's exactly the kind of thing I'm thinking about. Nate doesn't respond to DMs, and he has not responded to my repeated requests to be on In Lieu of Fun. So if you all want to tweet at Nate Silver and tell him to stop ducking requests to defend the model on In Lieu of Fun, I think Nate probably needs a little razzing. Dave Wasserman has also ducked requests to be on In Lieu of Fun. So these are people who you guys have asked for, Alice, asking Adam Davidson is a lovely idea. I'm going to text him right now, and that is a terrific idea. Hey there, Adam.
Hold on, wait. I hope that we're not missing people in the questions. I think we are. Yeah,
what's that?
We're missing people in the questions. Also, we were going to have a Civil War historian.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to invite David Blight.
Oh, great. Okay, great. Yeah.
Wow, Kate, it turns out if you have the wrong capitalization field pressed on iOS, your name comes out looking really funny.
Really?
Yeah.
I would be... Really? What does it come out as?
It looks like a curse word,
Oh.
No, just because I had you instead of... Gergie, stop tipping over the camera. All right. David Frum has already been on the show. Anne, I love the idea of your helping with Blight. I don't know him. And I also love the idea of inviting Kevin Cruz on. He's a very
Could we
smart
also have
guy.
Anne on? Because it turns out that Anne is a Civil War and Renaissance historian. So
yes, but she has repeatedly refused to come on.
she said okay.
And talk.
She said okay.
She said okay?
She said okay. Yeah.
Wait. Then that's what we're going to do. We're going to...
Anne, you and David Blight. Does that sound good, Anne?
Yeah.
Yeah,
David is an old and good friend, and I am more than happy to ask him on again.
Dave Weigel.
Yeah,
we could do Dave Weigel. I'm friends with Dave.
I am not friends with Dave, but I'm not.
He's part of the Flophouse crew, as you might imagine. He does seem
like he'd be the right age for that.
Yeah.
All right.
Tony, knock it off.
So Adam Davidson said he would love to. When would be good? So should we book him for Friday?
Sure.
All right.
So who's for Friday? Yeah.
Adam Davidson.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Founder of Friday at 5.
Great.
I will send you all the deets.
Wait, someone said Pauline says I don't remember from here. I also don't remember from here.
Has David Frum not been okay?
I don't think he has.
Maybe that was the Lawfare podcast. I talk to David a lot, so.
I was like, I don't remember.
No, Dinesh D'Souza is not coming on.
Yeah.
Dinesh is a criminal.
We've neutralized that.
And he hasn't written a good book since Illiberal Education, which was when I was in college. All right. Okay. Shall we move on to other things?
Oh, wow. It's 5:24 already. Yeah. I think we have a bunch of lines out, so that's nice. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay. What are you drinking, Ben? A Blue Moon?
I am drinking a Blue Moon.
Um,
which shows up backwards on.
I know, just like my male lamb prosciutto. See?
Yeah, it is hard to read. So wait, Catherine Maddox has a question that says, "When are you going to play my In Lieu of Fun vid mashup?" And I'm not sure I know what that refers to.
Neither.
And she says it's a video blooper. She texted me about this. I'm bringing her on to discuss this because I think we could play it right now.
No, we can't play video, Ben. This was that day that I was like last Sunday. I wanted to relive the mashups that I had created of In Lieu of Fun. I thought it would be because it was our 150th episode, and you can't play video because it won't share your audio through Crowdcast. It's a bug.
I bet there's a way around this.
I've looked up the way
so
around.
So Catherine, where is the blooper reel?
I emailed it to you. I produced it as. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I emailed it to you to your Brookings email about 3 days ago.
Oh, so my
Ben's
Brookings
underwater on email.
Yeah, no, I'm always behind on email. I will dig that up.
I can copy it to you, right? It's just an MP4 file. It's really funny, and I spent a lot of time on it. And it's really
love to see that. That is
we are definitely going to play it, and let me see if I can get it, and if we can get the audio working, and if we can't, we will figure out some other means.
I mean, so when you share a screen on Crowdcast, it won't play the audio. Why would they design it that way? That seems so strange.
I have no idea. It's really weird.
That's a bug.
It is a bug, and they're trying to fix it according to their website, and there's like a bunch of different workarounds, one of which is downloading another, this is what I was trying to do on Sunday while I was like listening to trying to enjoy Anne Milgram, but also trying to like line up my computer correctly.
Well, I totally have a workaround for this.
You
Okay,
do?
cool. Because by the way,
it like that you play it on your TV and you hold your TV up to the...
No. I have a better workaround than this, which is I can upload it to YouTube and just share the link to it, and then everybody can see it. So one way or another, I will take care of it now, and I'm sorry I missed your email.
Oh, it's okay. I know. But I was just like, it was so lovingly put together. That
No.
I know that
It
feeling,
is going to have
Catherine.
its moment, and it's going to have its moment in the middle of this show, one way or another.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for flagging it for me, Catherine.
Okay. Oh, one other thing. Could you please have John McWhorter on, or is he avoiding you?
No,
does he not like you either?
No. I have no reason to believe that John McWhorter dislikes me.
He's a really great interview.
Yes, he is a really smart guy, and I love that idea. Okay, so Catherine, the blooper reel is telling me I need to request access from you, which I have now done. So you need to grant me access to it.
Josh Tucker's on for Wednesday.
I wonder if I do that, and hold on one second. You guys can take me off, and I can figure that out. I don't know how to grant you access.
Yeah, it will have sent a message to you somehow.
Oh, in YouTube or in my Gmail. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'll find it.
Okay, thanks.
Okay,
Thank you for doing that, though, Catherine. That's super sweet. I know it took me like hours and hours to put together the little ones that I did, but it is kind of fun to go back and put them all together and like put music behind it. Josh Tucker just got back that he's good for Wednesday.
Excellent.
So Wednesday. So we just have Tuesday and Thursday now.
All right, I think we're in pretty good shape. Now Catherine has shared the blooper reel. And what I'm going to do is download it, and then it seems to be, and then just upload. I'm going to see if I can upload it to Twitter. And then I will, and this is the part where the Russians have posed as Catherine Maddox, all to get me to click on an executable file. And now I have clicked on it, so the Russians have access to all my stuff. And this is how, when the Russians, release all your emails that you sent to me, this is how they got it. They set up Catherine Maddox to come on in lieu of fun, claim to have a blooper reel, and got me to click on a link. This is going to take a little bit while.
Michael Fromberger just texted me about the merch, Ben. We forgot about the merch.
All right, let's talk merch.
Okay, you do the Twitter. You do the Twitter video thing, and I will talk merch.
It's going to take a while to download, so be patient.
John Bordeaux, let me see if I can pull up my Twitter text to you about. Oh yeah, this is so great. Okay, so John has commissioned an artist to make this absolutely incredible, kind of very fun merchandise, and has come up with a logo. And have we debuted the logo yet? I don't think that right now. Yeah, so let me share my screen. This is, hold on. I'm actually really excited to do this. Hold on. Let's see. There it goes. This is the logo that John had commissioned. Oh crap, did it just go away? It just went away. Sorry.
It just went away.
This is the logo that John Bordeaux got for Crowdcast for the show. I am just, I honestly am just like quite thrilled. I think it is amazing. You have a
It's got
murder
baby
hornet on the.
chipmunk.
I just want to walk people through it because it's kind of like a Renaissance painting of logos. Like it tells a whole story and everything
Can
has
you
like
zoom in on the
symbolism.
logo?
What?
Can you zoom in on the logo?
No.
Just,
Well, no. Hold on.
just
I
make
can't.
it
Hold
bigger.
on. I will. Hold on. Okay. The logo. Hold on. Let me see. There we go. There is much better. Sorry everyone. I apologize for the slight jankiness of my screen sharing. I just had not quite prepared for. This is the logo. This is, you have, as you will see, starting on the left, baby chipmunk lighting baby cannon through a swarm of bees at baby Prosecco, which is held by a murder hornet. And I literally just kind of think that, like, this just tells so much, like, all at once. I mean, about the saga of this last, 156 episodes. I think that I could come up with probably like 4 more similarly colorful logos, but this one's kind of just absolutely perfect.
It's kind of perfect.
It is beyond perfect. So like other merch that I've imagined is like free Janet or free Ben's mom. That just that on a t-shirt. I like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like other like little things, of like little kind of inside jokes about the show. But this is amazing. And let me.
The only recurring joke on the show that is not in it is Boris Johnson and
Saber-tooth anchovies.
And well, saber-tooth anchovies showed up a couple times, but were basically a one-time thing. But lamb prosciutto.
Oh yeah, lamb prosciutto, saber-tooth anchovies, Boris Johnson. There is like a whole war on universal time, on time zones. And also generations.
Speaking of people who were ducking in lieu of fun, John Lovett will not show up and debate me on time reform. Just want you all to know that.
He's just scared, Ben. You're very intimidating.
He knows
the Lisa Page puppet is another one. Although I did send Michael to pass to John some like very high res shots of the Lisa Page puppet. So like basically, right, we could have a Boris Johnson talking through a Lisa Page puppet while like a saber-tooth anchovy is like displayed on a Caesar salad. And then like what else? I don't know. And then like free Janet, like protesters in the background with signs.
I don't think Janet Wittes is feeling very constrained, other than by the coronavirus.
No, it's true, but that was the joke, Ben. Was you silenced your mother when she was just starting to get good.
Oh yeah, that's right. Her audio went out.
Oh yeah.
So just an update. I have downloaded the blooper reel, and I have also uploaded it to Twitter and tweeted it, except that it is taking forever to upload, and so it may be a while, but the blooper reel will be available on Twitter as soon as rural internet will permit, and as soon as it is, I will A, announce it, and B, put the link in the chat.
Perfect. I am looking, I am trying to figure out, hold on, I have to close this. Awesome. Okay, so actually, John Bordeaux, in the chat or in Ask a Question or wherever you want to put it, what would you like us to do for a poll on merch? Do we want to just see what kind of merch people want? Oh, hi, Daniel. Do we want to just see what kind of merch people want, or what are you thinking? Use some wine or whiskey branded glasses. That's a good idea. I wonder if we could get that to happen. Oh my goodness. Ben, were you working with John to kind of with a lawfare creator to kind of someone?
John is in touch with a colleague of mine who knows all about putting together merch stores. And I would tend to defer to the two of them about, some things are easier to produce than others. We should stick with stuff that's easy to produce and deliver, and also that has that we know to be kind of reasonably high quality. I think the big question, honestly, is what should we do with the proceeds of the merch? By the way, I discovered an awesome merch store the other day. And I know this is going to rub some people the wrong way, but I ended up in a little bit of a Twitter dialogue with Nadia Tolokanova, the founder of Pussy Riot, and I went to their merch store just out of curiosity, and that is one awesome merch store, I have to say. So check out the Pussy Riot merch store and understand that every dollar you spend there will be spent will be used to embarrass and humiliate Vladimir Putin. So they have great masks. No, I'm totally pro the Pussy Riot merch store.
This is okay.
That's the In Lieu of Fun mug.
This is the In Lieu of Fun mug.
Okay, if you hear beans in the background, that is not Baby Cannon. That is somebody with a shotgun. Just, it's not on my property. Okay.
I love it. I love it.
Should we? So, because we can't poll on this without some ideas.
We should also maybe rapture in John to talk.
Okay, let's bring in John. Daniel, you're okay to sit tight for a couple minutes, right?
Don't swivel in your chair, Daniel. We're watching you.
You might disappear into that. I keep waiting for you to just sort of vanish into the chair. All right, Kate has left. I'm not sure what that's about, but all right. John Bordeaux is showing up momentarily. All right, there he is. Hello, is that an old Coke machine in the background?
1956, it was installed in a cotton office in Arkansas. It's somehow found its way across state lines into my home. My father-in-law passed away. Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
It might still belong. It might still belong to the bottling company legally, but I'll talk to lawyers.
So, where are we on the merch?
And thank you so much for the logo. It's freaking awesome. It's just so cool. You nailed it with the artist. It's totally us.
Who is the artist, by the way?
I'm glad you like it. We're looking. The artist he actually assigned it. It's Kevin Thorne. His website is at knitheads.com. I'll put the link in the chat. But he's a design guy. He's done some work for me previously. It's been wonderful and great guy to work with. So highly recommend it. As far as the merch, it's really just pick a bunch of type things. I mean, it's in working with Ben's contact. The mug doesn't actually exist, but it's marked up nicely on the site. I have a link, but it's not live, so I don't know. I don't want people there to start to click to buy it if it's not really part of her line yet. So just what people would want in merch. The whiskey glass is a great idea. Prosecco glass is a great idea, but the logo doesn't really lend itself to that. So Mike and I are talking about a different logo option for that. So the merch, we look at several options, just list 3 or 4 things people want. I think the mug is already kind of like easy to do, and I think it lends itself best for that. The only other question is the charities, and that's why I was looking for just a conversation of what charities might make sense. My favorite is World Kitchen right now, but if we just can come up with 3 or 4 or 5 charities, I think so I can tell the producer, and we can start to go live with some of the stuff.
I love that idea. Ben, do people want to put charities into the chat?
Or you can just decide the charity. You guys.
Well, if people put some suggested charities into the chat, then I will put them into a poll, and then we can figure it out that way.
Cool.
To which
JD,
charity
that looks awesome. So great.
I'm glad you like it.
Of fun
I'm delighted.
Merch proceeds go. Okay, we have World Central Kitchen.
ACLU. I'm pro World Kitchen. That's a great suggestion, John.
ACLU.
Yeah, Lawfare. I'm looking at the near term.
I'm not going to vote, so I can include Lawfare here. EFF.
Tony, no. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing near you. I apologize.
The kombucha is a little more fermented than I was expecting.
Tony suggested it himself.
Republica.
Tony, you can't suggest yourself.
He was doing a fake foundation, kind of like Steve Bannon.
Feeding America.
Wounded Warriors. Yep. Fisher House.
Cool.
What was Tony's suggestion that got batted back like this?
I think that Tony suggested that he himself was a charity.
Human Care Fund, care of Tony Kava.
We're going to add Tony Kava here.
Okay.
And fair vote. Can we cut it off here?
Yes.
Okay. I'm really genuinely curious to see how people vote on this.
Yeah, I am too.
If 2 things tie, we will.
You have to scroll down for the new poll, people. Just FYI.
Tony Kava.
Tony doesn't have any
Tony
votes.
Kava. You put in Tony Kava.
I put in everybody that people suggest.
I'm still gonna just troll Tony and call him Sava.
Sava.
Just remember, people who were voting for Tony Kava as a
Tony
as a
OKKK.
That is how we ended up with our current president.
Okay. Wow. We're gonna see what happens here. Oh, a lot of votes for World Central Kitchen.
That's exciting. I like that.
Yeah.
I noticed though that you get maybe 30 votes and there's 100 people on this chat. I don't know why 70% aren't American.
I think that a lot of people turn it on and and turn up the volume and do other things.
Yeah, so this is a serious question, people, and I would appreciate if people who are listening take the time to vote on it, because it actually does involve how we're going to allocate some resources that will probably not be all that substantial, but
yeah.
maybe modestly substantial.
Yeah.
Tony Kava has 4 votes, and given that Tony only gets to vote once, I do think that
someone changed their vote from Tony Kava to World Kitchen. I just saw it happen. I love World Central Kitchen. I'm glad that's what I want. I also think that he has done a wonderful job of creating a community and a nice he does he's very holistic, his approach to that. So
if I can ask a question, should I just greenlight the mug for now and see what kind of merch they might want? All right.
Yeah, you can greenlight the mug, and I say greenlight a t-shirt.
Okay.
All
These
right,
both sound
we
great.
have a, thank you,
scroll down
John.
to pull.
Thanks for taking the lead on this.
Yeah, it was
And
amazing.
We will designate all proceeds to World Central Kitchen. And for those of you who have said that the way to support Lawfare with merch is, for those of you who want to go buy Lawfare merch at thelawfarestore.com.
Yeah.
And we have lots and lots of merch. Okay. Yes, we have mugs and teas, and we have rocks glasses, and we have notebooks. We have all kinds of things.
Coins.
You have notebooks?
Yeah, really nice notebooks, and we have pens.
Pens, coins.
Yeah, we got all kinds of things. And rational security stuff, for those of you who listen to rational security. Yes, and Shane does every week call it something else, trying to mislead people to take them to somewhere other than. There are no Lawfare masks because we don't make medical devices. All right. Thank you, John. Daniel,
Thank you, John.
You've been sitting there delphically patient, waiting to ask your question, and I'm excited about it.
And we know you've wanted to spin.
Because I think your question is really interesting and worth talking about. So have at it.
So I'll ask the two questions I put in the chat, and you guys just choose which you want to run with. The first is for Kate, and you've been to 3 most memorable moments on the show since it started. And second, political views or issues that you've done a complete 180 on.
That's 2 really good questions.
So, very interesting questions. Kate, you go first.
No, you go first.
All right, I'll go first.
You can go first. Go first on which one of them, and then I'll go first on the other.
The single most memorable moment on the show was when a guest wearing no PPE of any kind opened a beehive, and a large swarm of bees emerged, and he just talked all the way through it as though he were explaining how to bake bread. I was kind of floored by that, and I was not expecting that at all, and it was worth all 150 days of the show, 55 days of the show, just for that. There was the time Baby Cannon killed my laptop, about which I'm still mildly annoyed. By the way, speaking of Baby Cannon and the laptop, I have a deck pick update for you all.
Ooh. Hi, Tammy.
The floorboards are all now removed. Just an excuse to say deck picks. Kate, what's your most memorable moment?
I would say, the bees was pretty good, but also I thought that the first time you fired Baby Cannon, and you had it and then they just rocketed back, and I was not anticipating the kickback on them, and I was just kind of whoa, it just happened. It was just over. That was pretty cool. I really liked.
I also think having the lamb prosciutto show up on the show
lamb
was
prosciutto
pretty
was good.
awesome.
I would say that I really liked artists like Tira was amazing. I thought that was kind of fun, and getting to see her read a book and that she had illustrated and written, and then talk about her process. And oh my gosh, I'm forgetting her name. Who is your friend that was the artist that does the voyeurism photos?
Oh, Gail Albert.
Gail was amazing. Those were great.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I loved having Eric on to do the ceramics. I don't know. I thought that was really just he just talking with us and throwing this huge vessel that's 10 6 3 feet tall. But then I don't know, like it's funny, like the ones that stick out. Like for some reason, like who as a guest sticks in my mind besides like kind of like these moments. I really like remember like certain people like Andy Slavitt, and I remember like for some reason like he sticks in my mind like really clearly. And other people I would say that like I'd be like, oh yeah, they came on, but I wouldn't remember them off the top of my head. Does that make sense? Not because anything bad happened or whatever, but just because for one reason or another, there was something about like sometimes the energy that a guest brings to the show just kind of makes them really stick out. And I just kind of, I don't know, I can enjoy the show a little bit more because they seem to kind of, I don't have to feed them with energy or prompt them. They just kind of take over. And that's nice. Yeah.
So what's an issue you've done a
Thomas,
180 on?
That's a great question. Something political that I've done a 180 on. I don't know, like what counts as political? Like people
Construe it
or
broadly.
like construe it broadly? Trying to think.
Can people hear the gunshots going on in back, or is that not coming through?
Daniel, oh, for you, death penalty? Like, I don't know, like, I've always been opposed to the death penalty, and I still am. And I feel the same way with, I've always been, like, pro-choice, and I still am. Always been pro-gay rights, and I still am. I don't know, like, I guess we kind of talked about this before. Like, I'm anti, like, I think that, like, I used to be, like, ambivalent or probably, like, just kind of, like, took it for granted that I would get married, and now I'm actually maybe actively, like, against getting married, as an institution. And I actually, like, really hate Justice Kennedy's opinion in, whatchamacallit, oh my God, what's the same-sex marriage decision? Oh, Burger-Jaffelli. I was going to say, yeah. Yeah, I really don't like that opinion at all. I think it does this I'm obviously like, if we're going to have the institution of marriage, it should be given to everyone, like equally. But I just think that like there is this preciousness with which Kennedy treats marriage that actually is really bad for people who decide to maybe remain single, and that we fetishize coupledom or like and like lots of other things. And I just, it has nothing to do with not being pro love or pro like romance or whatever, but I think that as I've gotten older, I just like don't really care whether the state recognizes my relationship or not. And I think it's really kind of fucked up that I get like that I may or may not get tax breaks for for whether or not I have partnered with somebody. I don't know. Like, it's just like none of that makes sense to me. I just don't understand how that ever got to be a thing. And I don't think I thought about it a lot when I was younger. So I don't know if that's like a flip on it, but like it's definitely like a progression. Do you think it counts? What about you?
So I think the issue that I am most that I've rethought most. I don't think I do 180s in the sense that I clearly believed X and now I clearly believe not X, or negative X. But I would say the issues on which my views have changed the most involve race and criminal justice, where it was, I would say, primarily never an issue I focused on much before. So it wasn't perhaps an issue that I had strong views. It doesn't crop up in, it doesn't, it's not a big feature of the national security issues that I work on, although religion and ethnicity can be. But I guess to the extent that I'd thought about it, I had, I would say, rather ill-considered pro-law enforcement views that stemmed from maybe a conflation of the way local police departments behave with the way I expect elite federal law enforcement to behave in the kind of high-stakes investigations that I watch on a regular basis. And as I have, starting probably about 10 years ago, as I have, and there were always exceptions on this. I did a long
Ben, did Ben freeze for anyone else? Ben. Oh, okay. Ben seems to have disappeared, which is too bad because I was really enjoying that. That was interesting to me how he had evolved his views on criminal justice. Well, he'll come back in a second, probably. I was a little worried when he said he was actively uploading Catherine's video that it was going to overly tax his bandwidth at the cabin. I know, I think he was going to say I did a 180 on, and then I was like, wait, hold on, he's reconnecting. But that was a great question, by the way, Danielle. That was it was kind of fun to sit and think about that. I think sometimes that I assume that I've changed my mind a lot. It's just me. You're just me. And this paint by numbers painting that's over there. Maybe this would be a first that I just end the show because Ben disappears.
Did you?
I can't though. Ben, you're back. Oh, thank God.
When did you drop? When did I drop?
You literally, everyone in the chat was you said, I did a complete, and then we'd, think that you were going to say 180, but, we didn't, hear, and so we were 180, 180, 180,
no, but
360.
But when was that? When in the conversation?
You were basically saying, I think that you were saying that you used to have, that you used to feel about the criminal justice system and raised in this one way, and then you were just you had been chopping up for a little bit before then, and so I didn't quite get it, but you should start over because everyone was kind of listening. I mean, I know it's really frustrating, but
so yeah, so I actually went on for quite a while, having been dropped.
You were about 2 minutes or 3 minutes into talking, or 2 minutes into talking.
I would say I had relatively ill-considered pro-law enforcement views of a variety of criminal justice issues that stemmed from the fact that I watch on a very close basis the conduct of federal law enforcement, which by and large is a much more elite and better behaved set of entities than a lot of local law enforcement are. They tend to be, they also don't do a lot of street patrolling. And so my sense of law enforcement behavior was heavily conditioned by watching federal prosecutions, based on investigations that had been done by the FBI and sometimes the Postal Service Inspection Division, sometimes the Secret Service, but, these relatively elite entities. I had done some work on the Virginia criminal justice system, which had appalled me back for the Washington Post, probably 18, 19 years ago now. And that was eye-opening. But it really was not until the police shootings in sort of starting in, I guess, 2012, 13, 14, that I really started spending time looking at the way local law enforcement behaves. And that, of course, is an extremely variable matter. But I would say there is no issue in which my sort of gut level thinking has changed more than the relationship between, minority communities and local police departments. And I wouldn't say it's done a 180 because that's a sharper turn than, I still do believe that people who commit serious crimes need to be incarcerated under certain circumstances. And I still believe that police need certain authorities. But I
Oh no. No. Ben. Oh no. Um, and I was in the middle of typing to Joyce. Um, okay. Well, I can't end the show, by the way, people. Like Ben has the buttons. He has all of the buttons. Um, it's just very sad. Um, and it was such a good answer, and it's been like kind of like interrupted twice now, but it's like a lovely thing. I also will just say before he gets back, which I hope will happen soon, that I should text him that he's gone. Um, um, oh, here he is loading again. Okay, but I was going to say that I agree with him. I used to, when I was younger, grew up thinking that state and local police were kind of like my friends and everything was fine. And now I'm just kind of like in the mode of like, oh, okay, like maybe I had a very unique experience because of race and class and gender with police that was different from a lot of other people. And that was definitely a thing that's progressed over time. Um, but that doesn't feel like switching my feelings on a political issue so much as just like growing up and like growing up better. Um, yeah, it was, yeah, it was really like it was a lot of privilege growing up white in a suburban town or a suburban rural town. Ben, oh my gosh, hello.
I
You
seem to
did,
have
you
disappeared again.
mostly, yeah, but you got, we got it out. It was a really, I think that I was just saying that I agree with you, that I had a similar growth. And I think that although I think that yours has a more interesting basis in your experience with federal law enforcement. Um, like that had nothing to do with my like initial, I just like grew up learning that like policemen were your friends. If something goes wrong, go and find a policeman type of thing. And that was like a massive amount of privilege. Um, anyways,
All right.
uh,
We should wrap up. We will be back tomorrow in 2 hours and 22 hours and 55 minutes with who's the guest going to be, Kate?
Almost had me for like a split nanosecond there, Ben. Almost
I'm
had
going to
me.
keep trying.
I mean, you really will get me eventually. Like, I think that I am pretty, like, but everyone has to go to Ben's Twitter account, right, Ben? Is it Twitter? To see
It is
Catherine's
still
video?
uploading. I will keep trying to upload it to Twitter, and I will put it on the YouTube feed as well. Check it out. Check out the blooper reel with all thanks to Catherine Maddox. And until tomorrow, what do we say?
We say happy Saturday. I don't know.